Welcome back. This is Rich again, back for an exclusive YouTube video blog. Today's YouTube video blog is about this why doesn't Major League Baseball work in the state of Florida? And MLB has two teams in Florida, the Miami Marlins and the Tampa Bay Rays. And I'll be back for that subject. But first, important messages. Don't forget to listen to Crystal's Time Machine each and every Friday and Saturday night from 9 to 11 p.m. on WCAP 980, where everybody gets it. If you can't catch the show live, listen to podcasts exclusively on archive.org. Goes back to October 2015. Follow Crystal on Twitter at Crystal Amy John and Machine Crystal. Follow her on Instagram at Crystal Johnson. Follow her on Facebook, the official Crystal's Time Machine Facebook page, the official Crystal's Time Machine group page, and Game Show fan page. And also follow Crystal on YouTube at Crystal Johnson, one exclusive video a week. And then say hello to Broadway Pizza, the official sponsor of Crystal's Time Machine. If you say the promo code Crystal's Time Machine, $2 off your meal. And follow me on Twitter at Chewy7. Follow me on Instagram at Rich Salasol. And follow me on YouTube at Rich Salasol. And follow me on Facebook at Rich Salasol. I post good stuff on there and daily video blogs. And now back to the feature presentation. Today's feature presentation is about why doesn't Major League Baseball work in the state of Florida. Florida has two MLB teams, the Miami Marlins and the Tampa Bay Rays, and they've been around since the mid-1990s. Actually, many Major League Baseball teams have spring training in Florida, and they have very success there, all the spring training sites. And many teams have sometimes minor league affiliates in the state of Florida, and they do pretty good. But Major League Baseball as a whole, the franchises in Miami and Tampa Bay haven't had very sustainable success. And the Miami Marlins came in 1993 as the Florida Marlins. They played at Joe Robbie Stadium, which is now Hard Rock Stadium. It was a cookie cutter stadium they shared with the Miami Marlins. They played there for 19 years, and the Marlins won 2 World Series. 1997 and 2003. And over the years, the Marlins had some very good players, including Gary Sheffield, Kevin Brown, Alex Fernandez, Benito Santiago, Jeff Conine, Josh Beckett, Henley Morales, and a few others. But they had frequent ownership changes. Wayne Huizenga was the original owner, and then John Henry, Jeff Loria, and currently the ownership is Bruce Sherman. And attendance at Joe Robbie Stadium, now at Hard Rock's Stadium, was very poor, and Marlins almost for years, even if they had some little success, they would always tear it down because the fans did not come to the games. In 2012, they moved to a baseball-only stadium, which has a retractable roof and seats about 39,000. Marlins Park, also known as Lone Depot Park. And the only big-time star player they had was Giancarlo Stanton. He hit 59 home runs for them in 2017, NL MVP. And what did the Marlins do the next year? Traded him to the New York Yankees. And actually, Derek Jeter was part of the ownership group of the Marlins for a time. And the Marlins, ever since moving to Lone Depot Park, has not had good success. They are always last in offense, and also um, they also have it's a pitcher's park, and also most of the time the retractable roof is closed because Miami gets rogue thunder showers, and with poor attendance, they've been chopping off sections. And this past in 2023, the Marlins made the playoffs, and they did absolutely nothing in the off season, and they're on pace to have one of the worst records in Major League Baseball this season. And many people think that the Miami Marlins are candidate for relocation, but there's one thing: can't relocate a team that plays in a brand new stadium with Lone Depot Park 12 years, but I think a lot of fans really don't like going to Marlins games because there's not interest in Major League Baseball in Miami. Plus, there's other stuff to do in Miami because it's at the beach, the nightlife there, and the Miami Marlins are known not to have very great teams, and even with star players, as they get good, they trade them away. And many experts are saying the Marlins might be relocated in so many years from now, but Major League Baseball probably does not want to lose the Miami market. But if there's no interest in it, why stay there? Also, the Tampa Bay Rays came into existence in 1998, and they played in Tropicana Field, which was actually built in 1990 as the Suncoast Dome. They tried to lure teams before 1990 to Chicago White Sox, the Texas Rangers, Cleveland Indians, and the Milwaukee Brewers, but at the last minute, all four teams got new stadiums in their hometown. And for about 2 years in the 1990s, the Suncoast Dome was the temporary home of the Tampa Bay Lightning of the NHL until they got the arena built. And the Tampa Bay Rays started as the Devil Rays in 1998. For the first 10 years, they finished under 500 and had some of the worst teams in that era, and they couldn't build stars. Most of the players they got were aging, like Wade Boggs, Jose Canseco, Fred McGriff, and a few others. I even had Lou Piniella manage them for a while. In 2005, they hired Joe Maddon as manager, and they became respectability beginning in 2008 with them shortening their name to the Tampa Bay Rays. They made the playoffs for the first time, winning the ALCS from the Red Sox, but they lost the World Series to the Phillies, and ever since then, the Rays have always had competitive teams, except for a few years back in mid 2010, where they were last place in the AL East. But attendance at the Tropicana Field is awful. They have to top off the upper deck. So actually, it's a 43,000 seat ballpark, which it's actually capped at 25,000, but sometimes there's only 10 to 12,000 at the game. They play their home games St. Petersburg, Florida. That's out of the way for people who are fans of the Tampa Bay Rays in the greater Tampa Bay area. They have to go 45 minutes to St. Petersburg, Florida. Several times in the past, they try to get new stadiums in the Tampa Bay market, in city Tampa Bay proper, Hillsborough County, York City, but every time they've had proposals, they couldn't get the funding. There was even rumors going around that in 2021 that Rays were proposing playing a half season in Tampa Bay with a new stadium and a new stadium in Montreal, Canada, but that did not fly. And even though Tampa Bay's been very, very good, they can't even draw fans to the games. It was a playoff series, 2023, which only drew less than 20,000, and they opened up the upper deck. But I think a lot of fans in Tampa Bay really do not want to drive to St. Petersburg to see them. And the Tampa Bay Rays are going to be building a new stadium across the street from the current Tropicana Field. It's going to be a stadium district. And the renderings of that proposed stadium is kind of like a pyramid. It's only going to seat 30,000, but there's going to be a lot of office buildings and retail and luxury apartments, restaurants, green space, maybe some concert halls and museums in that district. With the Crown Jewel, a 30,000 seat baseball park, and why would they want to build something across the street from a stadium that's didn't work out? There's a translucent roof for it with some natural light. But I think if this stadium gets built, it's going to age very badly. Maybe if the first couple of years they might have sell out every game, but then they just won't go. And people says Tampa Bay Rays should relocate. And if they really, really want to relocate, there's a proposal in Orlando, Florida, for a 45-seat dome baseball stadium, translucent roof, with connected to a shopping mall. 45,000 for a baseball stadium in like the late 2020s. That's way, way too much. But the team is tentatively called the Orlando Dreamers. But I don't think that stadium will ever open up unless if the Rays relocate to Tampa, to Orlando. They'll probably have to be called the Orlando Rays. I think the reason why Major League Baseball doesn't work in Florida, two reasons. The Rays and Marlins probably poor management, ownership, and horrible attendance. If they have had like star players who've played the entire career with the Rays or the Marlins, it would be more respectable and probably ballparks closer to downtown and far away. That's about it on that. I'll be back Facebook with another YouTube with another YouTube video blog later on. Bye now.